Podcast.
There we go. Hey, Harmon, what's up, man?
I was hoping we were going to continue our football conversation, but we're switching over to wrestling now.
I guess I don't know very much about football anymore. I thought that I did.
I know one thing.
What's that?
Two. Tom Brady is the greatest football player alive.
Yep, correct.
And Rob Gronkowski won't make it the entire season.
Also correct. Yep. I know those two things as well. And yeah, man, I don't know. We were just talking. We've got a fantasy football draft coming up. And we, both of us, have really declined with our football knowledge. I think since taking on this podcast, we don't watch it.
The podcast is ruining my fantasy football game. Well,
I think so. Yeah. I don't know anything anymore about fantasy football. I used to know everybody. I used to know all the names, the stats. Like,
I'm a 3-time champion in this league. You think I'd know something?
You would. You should.
2-time?
No, it's 3
years. I know. I don't.
You are a 3-time champ.
Haven't done shit in like 4 years.
Right. Yeah. Those are definitely like the Green Bay Packers, like first years of our league, I think. But no, yeah, it'll be fun. But yeah, I still don't know anything about football. I know much more about wrestling, a lot more about wrestling nowadays. So
as soon as football teams started using 2 and 3 running backs, I was like, well, I'm done.
Oh, yeah, out of it. So cool, man. But we got a fun show tonight. A lot happened this month. This is our month in review for the month of August. And man, so much happened. 2 huge pay-per-views for WWE, SummerSlam being one of them, one of the big 4 there, and also a huge NXT takeover in Brooklyn, the 3rd time that they were at the Barclays Center in
Brooklyn 3, they call it.
Yeah, the 3rd time they were there in Brooklyn, and that place just goes ballistic. It's fantastic, and man, that might have been the best takeover I've seen top to bottom. Every match
goes crazy for NXT. It was fucking crickets during WWE at some point.
I know. Yeah. So we're gonna get into those. We're gonna kind of just kind of talk the highlights. We're not gonna go down every single match, but we'll talk what we liked, what we disliked, what's going on with certain things.
On a tangent.
Oh, so many tangents. Yeah. So we'll get into that. Before we do though, let's hit up some quick plugs. You guys can check us out on Podbean. You guys can check us out on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, whatever you guys want to say. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/maineventpod. We're on Twitter @maineventpod. Also Instagram @maineventpod. I don't post enough there. I feel like I should post more on the old Instagram, but maybe that'll be my next venture. I'll try and be more active there. So let's see. We got a Teespring. Go to our Facebook or our Twitter, and right at the top, pinned at the top of both accounts, or a link to our Teespring. Harmon, you just uploaded some new stuff there. Do tell the folks.
Yeah, we got some new t-shirt, sweatshirts, new hooded sweatshirts. It was a request. There's a lot of pinks and reds and purples and oranges, just their different colors.
Yeah, not exclusively for the ladies, but marketed more towards the ladies.
The purple one looks pretty sweet. The regular pink one, I'm not a huge fan of, but there's one that's a color that I can't pronounce. That one's kind of a pink color. That one's kind of a lot of people have mentioned they like that one. So
excellent.
Jonny, we also have a new text or voicemail line.
Yes, we do. Do you have that number handy? I don't know. I don't have it by heart yet.
If you would like to be part of this show, you can leave us a voicemail or you can text us at 929-260-3099. I'm going to have to look these numbers up on a keypad to see if I can make some words out of this so it's easier to remember.
Right. That's the marketing.
Again, that's 929-260-3099. Leave us a voicemail.
Yeah. Speaking of voicemails, we have a couple voicemails that we will play tonight. Regarding Limitless Wrestling, question the answers. It's on September 22nd. It is at the Westbrook Armory. And I tell you, if you guys don't have your tickets for this yet, I don't know what the hell you're doing, because this is the biggest Limitless show I've ever seen. It is packed with stars. I mean,
surprised Big Papa Perk waited the last second to get his tickets.
Big Papa Perk, our buddy Ryan Perkins. Yeah, I mean, close call, Ryan. Jeez, man, get with it. No, but I'm super pumped that he got tickets, because I can't wait to watch the show with you guys. I mean, look at the star-studded roster. I mean, first of all, right at the top, you got former world heavyweight champion Jack Swagger. I mean, come on, Jack Swagger. That's crazy.
Yeah,
we the people, God damn it.
Limitless's craziest stalwart, AR Fox, who's...
Yes, that's right.
You people must know who he is by now. He is amazing.
So amazing. So Swagger versus Fox. I can't wait to see that. I'm so pumped about it. Other crazy matches on the card. Teddy Hart versus Maxwell Jacob Friedman. How crazy is that going to be? Teddy Hart is a maniac. I'm very excited. I've never seen him live before. I'm excited about that. You get Skylar versus Willow Nightingale. Super pumped about that. Skylar doesn't go against another woman very often. And so this is going to be very cool. I've never seen Willow Nightingale in person. I think she's going to be a force to be reckoned with here for Skylar. God, we got a Loser Leaves Limitless Wrestling. Cam Zagami with Mike Gamble versus Tyler Nitro. Loser out of there, never coming back to Limitless.
Nitro, I am for hire, by the way. If you need me to keep Gamble off you, I can do that.
Yep, absolutely. Gamble's got a great new gimmick, by the way.
The American Sumo?
The American Sumo. Love it. If you guys want, and I highly recommend this, go to his Facebook page. It's the American Sumo Mike Gamble. I'll get the at some point. But yeah, just search it. It's awesome. Give him a follow. He's our boy. We love Mike Gamble. Let's see what else is on this card. Oh my God, a 1 year in the making match. Top Shelf Troy Nelson versus Swoggle. Holy shit! Another like former WWE superstar. Swoggle in town. Amazing. And then
Top Shelf going against his second little person in a row.
Yes. Yep. Sidney Bacabella, man, just can't see him to take Top Shelf down. So, and then what leads us to these voicemails tonight are there's a 6-man scramble. And so here's the deal. We kind of we had Randy on last episode, Randy Carver, and he made the announcement of these polls that are going on. So basically the 6-man scramble, how it's going to work is there's already 3 members of this match. So you got Jimmy Lloyd, Josh Briggs, and Dick Justice. And then the other 3 participants in this match will be decided by the fans in 3 separate Twitter polls. So we've got 4 voicemails from 4 superstars that are going to be in here and that are vying for the positions in their respective polls. So we're going to play some of those for you, and you guys can be the judge. They are selling themselves here. So let's just dive into those, because you guys get to hear them, man. These are great. So first up, Smart Mark Sterling coming at us with an awesome voicemail to the Maine.
Smartest man in professional wrestling.
He sure is. Leaving us a voicemail on our new Main Event Podcast hotline. So here is Smart Mark Sterling.
Boys and girls, I am Smart Mark Sterling. I have 3 bachelors, 2 masters, and an MBA, and I'm the smartest professional wrestler in the world today. For my friends at the Main Event Podcast, I've decided to do a special episode of my new show, Let Me Smarten You Up, Literature with Smart Mark Sterling, wherein I read a passage from famous works and talk about it. Today, it's by Franklin Pierce Adams, who was a poet and a newspaper columnist. Elections are won by men and women chiefly because most people vote against somebody rather than for somebody. So even if I'm not your cup of tea, I've still got better qualifications and skills than these three foolhardy wrestlers. So vote against Brandon Watts. Vote against Tara Calloway. And vote against the other guy. Because I want to see you all again in Maine. And also to have a lobster roll.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah. So you don't have to vote for him. Just remember that you don't like any of the other people.
Yeah, you got to vote against everybody else. Yeah. Very interesting.
To keep everybody else out.
Yes, very interesting way to look at it. Now, what a great promo, man. Yeah, man, he's up against some stiff competition, but and I don't know who's leading any of these polls. I haven't checked.
I will check as we're going along here.
All right, please do. Up next, we've got Mr. Grimm, our favorite body bag toting
Hitman for hire.
Spinning tombstone deliverer.
In six-man scramble poll number 3, where you have Brandon Watts 18%, Christian Casanova 13%, Mark Sterling 42%,
42.
Tara Calloway 28%.
All right,
that is out of 520 votes, and by the time you're hearing this podcast, there will only be hours left to get your votes in. So
yeah. So you got to get down to nitty gritty. So Sterling's leading the poll so far. All right, up next we got Mr. Grimm. Here you go. Here's Mr. Grimm telling us why you guys should vote for him into this match.
Why does the Hitman for Hire deserve to be in the six-man scramble? You know, let's not mention that out of the 3 people that have been announced, I'm the most athletic. Let's not mention, out of the 3 people who have already been announced, my finish is better than theirs. Let's not mention that out of the 3 people that have already been announced, I'm the only bastard in there, or should I say, I'm the only bastard in Limitless Wrestling who will beat your ass, body bag you, and carry you away like the piece of trash that you are. So, plain and simple, you either vote Mr. Grimm into the six-man scramble, or Limitless Management will have to explain why their whole roster is body bagged, why every fan that they have is body bagged, why their parents are body bagged, why their kids are body bagged. I don't think they want to be the person to have to explain that. So, hashtag vote for Mr. Grimm.
There you have it, Mr. Grimm. God, what a maniac. He's threatening everybody. He's threatening fans, threatening kids. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, people. This is nuts.
Poll number 1, Mr. Grimm is in the lead with 38% of the vote.
38?
He is followed closely behind by Bear Bronson, who's got 35% of the vote. Jeremy Leary has got 17% of the vote. And Mike Grassa, stalwart Mike Grassa, is coming up with 9%.
9%, huh? I expected a better showing out of Grassa in this vote. This poll,
War Order is not showing up for Mike Grassa.
Not showing up. Come on, all you Grassa fans.
That is out of 943 votes. So
wow,
that's a huge number.
That's a huge pool of votes there. So which leads us to Jeremy Leary. Jeremy Leary is our next voicemail, and he is spitting some fire in this voicemail. Oh my God, he's throwing shade to everybody right now. It is fantastic. He doesn't even know.
Right.
He doesn't even know if he wants votes. You know, he is very disgruntled right now. So here is Jeremy Leary, Dirt Dog Jeremy Leary.
Hey, Main Event Podcast. This is Jeremy Leary, the best hair in wrestling. And y'all wanted me to call in and explain to people why they should vote for me for the Limitless Wrestling 6-Man Scramble. And you know what? I don't even know if I feel like doing that. I don't know if I want your fucking votes. You know why? You know why? Because this is the time of wrestling we're in. The girl, you know that girl that was at the NXT show who's famous for holding up the sign that says, "Face fuck me, Finn Balor"? She's telling people to vote for Mr. Grimm. That's who's determining whether or not I'm in a match at a company that I was there from the beginning. I was a part of Team Limitless when Chicago came in. I was there when nobody else wanted to go all the way up to Orono, building the foundation with Randy, and now I have to beg for fucking votes? No. I don't think so. I do not think so. But let me tell you what I am capable of. I'm the guy who doesn't get along with cops, so Dick Justice and me, we won't see eye to eye. And as far as Jimmy Lloyd, geez, man, if I knew just giving Joey Janela rides to shows would get me a place on the card, then, man, sign up to be your Uber, Janela. And Josh Briggs, all the talent in the world, the next big thing, he's getting his name out everywhere, and he deserves it. But I'm the guy who's not afraid to punch him right in his fucking mouth. So vote for me, don't. I don't care. Maybe I'll make my presence known regardless, but the disrespect is on notice.
Holy cow, man.
Jeremy Leary has been there since the beginning. It is insulting to Jeremy
It is
Leary
insulting
that he is involved in this and he has to get voted in.
Yeah.
He is livid.
And especially that is his girlfriend Skylar.
Yes.
Already booked.
Skylar
She's
already booked.
She's already booked. She's already in the show. You know, if Leary doesn't get voted in, that's the deal with this too, is I don't know if you guys realize this, but if you guys don't vote your favorite in, like they're just not on the show. It's not like, oh, they have a match someplace else, they're just not in the scramble. Like they're just not on the show. So if you want to see them on the 22nd, you got to get the votes in. If you want to see Jeremy Leary, get that vote in, man. Vote for the best hair in wrestling. All right, moving on. What's the next poll? What's the third? Is it the second poll?
The second poll. The second poll is, let's see, we got Jeff Cannonball in the front with 50%, followed by our boy Brian Malonis at 26%, Xavier Bell, who I think has been on every single show, 17%, and Kennedy Copeland is got 7%. We got 411 votes in this poll.
All right.
So, I mean, Cannonball is out to a commanding lead.
Oh, man. Which leads us to our next voicemail, Kennedy Copeland. She sent us a voicemail. She's looking for some votes. She needs it with her 7% sitting right now. Give a listen to Kennedy Copeland. Here she is.
Hey, guys. Kennedy Copeland here. For those of you who may not know, I am not someone to underestimate. Although this competition is fierce, and while I respect everyone involved, I believe you'll see me in a limitless ring sooner rather than later. And when you do, I will show everyone I am a force to be reckoned with. Step into the ring with me, and I will force you to tap, and you will respect the tap.
All right, man. That's Kennedy Copeland pleading for some votes. You guys will not be disappointed if she gets in this match. She's going to make some people tap out. Tap, tap. Respect that tap. So, guys, I cannot stress enough how important it is to vote these guys in. If you want to see your favorite out of all these guys and gals, get your votes in because you're not going to see them on the card unless you vote. So that's it, man. That's
yeah. If voting were to end today, it would be Mr. Grimm, Jeff Cannonball, and Smart Mark Sterling.
Yep. Which are three viable candidates for this match. It would make it very interesting. So, but I know who I voted for, and I think the votes for the Main Event Podcast Twitter are still. I don't think we've.
Actually, one of them has been used.
One of them has been used. Okay, so
I was put against the fire for it. So.
Put against the fire. All right. So we're going to be making our decision here, obviously, before time runs out. But man, they're tough decisions. I mean, they're very tough decisions. It's not an easy decision here to make amongst all these people. So, but I'm excited to see the way it's going to shake down. I'm really excited for the 22nd to see Question the Answers. God, I mean, we didn't even mention Joey Ryan's on the show. I mean, like, there's so many people that I'm just
on the show.
Joey Janela's on the show. Yeah, there's so many awesome.
He'll be in action.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like getting so spacey on because like everybody on this show is just a superstar. It's amazing. It's amazing.
John Silver will be there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, guys, go to limitlesswrestling.com, get your tickets. They will. I can guarantee that they will sell out. I mean, it would be insanity if the show doesn't sell out. So get your tickets soon. I cannot stress that enough.
Did we mention that it's All Good AG versus Ace Romero?
Oh my God, we didn't even mention that. That's the goddamn main event. Ace Romero versus All Good Anthony Green with special guest referee Brian Fury. Holy moly. That's what I'm talking about. We are just forgetting things left and right because the show is so star-packed. That's just a grudge match, man. Take Me Home Tonight is no longer, and AG got his first loss and is blaming Ace Romero, and they are gonna beat the shit out of each other. It's gonna be nuts.
It's gonna be a bloodbath.
It's gonna be a bloodbath. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. No, but it'll be. Hopefully, Fury can keep the order there. You know, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, man. Let's.
JT Dunn's gonna be there. I mean, who's he gonna wrestle?
I don't know. That's crazy. We'll see. We'll see. All right, brother. Let's get into some Takeover. What did you think of Takeover Brooklyn?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I always like Takeover. I mean, Takeover Brooklyn has been probably the best. It's like their WrestleMania almost. You know, it's probably their biggest show of the year.
Absolutely. They're so great. I mean, they're just killing it. They always kill it. I
mean, the Authors of Pain finally fell.
Finally.
But you had, Red Dragon show up.
Yeah, Red Dragon shows up. Adam Cole. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's crazy. Let's see. I mean, like I said, we don't need to go down like match by match, but the things that really stood out about me is like the first match I thought was phenomenal. Yeah. Andrade Almas versus Johnny Gargano. It was like one
reason they call him Johnny Wrestling.
Oh my God, it was such a good match. This was the best I thought CN looked, I think, since coming to NXT. I mean, it's just he looked so good. And he's kind of been a guy that they've kind of used to like put other guys over. And so like I kind of thought that was what was going to happen. I'm like, okay, Gargano's going to bounce back. He's going to get some wins, while Ciampa's away. But, we'll see. And then Almas comes away with a win. In like a crazy good match. Like they both look so good. But like Andrade, I thought looked especially good, considering that he's been kind of vulnerable, since coming to NXT. It was such a great match. And I just love how Gargano sells. He just sells so good.
Yeah.
Like that starry-eyed look, when he gets rocked. Like he just has it down packed. He's just such a great wrestler.
And a lot of it is his facial features and how he, how he looks compared to exactly how he's acting. Like he's not like Dolph Ziggler selling where he's like, hopping up and flopping like a fish and
right.
He's like, it looks legit.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like if you got rocked in a real fight, those are like the starry eyes that you would be like, just, they're running around your head, it's crazy. Like you mentioned, Authors of Pain lost their titles to Sanity, which again I didn't see coming. I was like, man, I
didn't see that coming at all.
I mean, and I don't want to take anything away from Alexander Wolf, but how crazy is it that Alexander Wolf is holding a title right now? I like him. I'm not saying anything bad about him, but I'm just saying like how like surprising it is and unexpected. You know what I mean? Like if you were to a year ago, if you were to be like, oh, guess what? Alexander Wolf is going to be holding any kind of gold in WWE
with Killian Dane.
Right. It just seemed, unbelievable, but he is, and it's great. And I loved how Eric Young kind of put himself in the match and took out Dane. It was cool, man. It was really cool.
Yeah. I love how when Sanity gets in the ring, like Nikki Cross just is like smashing into the ropes.
She's nuts.
She's not like hitting them. She's like smashing into them.
Yeah. How about that? Like crossbody block she took and getting sandwiched in between Dane and one of the authors of Pain.
Oh.
That was crazy. She just got sandwiched. She's a tough broad, man. I thought it was a great match. Again, I thought it was like such a good match. The surprise at the end, Red Dragon coming in and attacking everyone. Very, very cool.
Did you see the GIF that has like Kevin Owens is in the front row and he is just smiling as hard as he can smile.
Oh, is he? I didn't see it.
He's like leaning on the barrier, just like a kid. You know, he's so smiley.
Yeah.
Just wait.
I think that's great, man. That's like a perfect spot for them, for Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. I think that it's just like if you were to bring those guys in separately and try to, you know, kind of put them over separately right now, I don't think that it would totally work, just because there's a lot of depth there, I think, and there's kind of a lot like at the top. But putting them together as like, you know, back with Red Dragon, and it's just like it makes them just more lethal, and then teaming them with Adam Cole. Oh my God, like this is nuts. They're gonna just like run, you know, like roughhouse over everybody. It's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna be so cool. And I don't know what this really means for Authors of Pain or Sanity, really. Do you think Sanity uses the titles kind of like Freebird rules? Like, do you think like Dane can?
I think that's becoming more and more common. I mean,
yeah.
If WWE isn't going to have a trios belt, then you might as well do the Freebird rules.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Like Killian Dane can kind of get in on the action, and yeah, that makes sense. Where do you think Authors of Pain go from this, though? Like,
directly to a rematch to win their belts back.
You think so? Yeah. I don't think that they're like main roster ready yet, and I don't think there's a spot for them on the main roster, but I don't know. They've done crazier ideas.
Not with the way that SmackDown and Raw run their tag division.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I did just see the Hype Bros face the Usos on SmackDown, so.
Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see. Aleister Black versus Hideo Itami was just a kick fest.
Holy crap.
They just kicked the fuck out of each other. It was just kick.
Too, like, it's like you could hear all the air like get pushed out of their kick pads when they're like nope.
Yeah, it was just nuts. It was a great match. Again, awesome match. Hideo, I thought, put on one of his better performances since coming to NXT. I'm
really liking like frustrated, angry Hideo.
Yeah, I like him as like a heel. It's very cool. I think that's probably where he'll find his path, like to the championship at some point, if he does get there, is as a heel. I think he was too squeaky. I think he was just way too squeaky clean as a babyface, and it just like, I don't know. There's better heels, and I think that's where he'll find his little niche there.
I think he's in a position too, though. He could face heels or faces. He's more like a single-minded wrecking machine right now. Like he just wants to destroy everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, even at the cost of his own well-being, and you know, he makes mistakes because he's so fired up about it. I think that's how I see it right now. Yeah.
I heard that there was like rumors a while ago that he was thinking about when his contract is up is like not sticking around, and I don't know. I mean, I like Hideo. I'm bummed that it hasn't like really worked out for him yet. I mean, I remember he was like, you know,
he's been hurt so much.
Yeah, he's been hurt a lot. But I mean, I remember like he was getting a pretty good push. I mean, God, he was in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal like a couple years ago. You know, I mean, so they definitely see stock in him. And he's definitely like a good wrestler, and they need to keep him around. But I don't know. I mean, if he's not happy, then that's one thing. But I definitely think that they should try harder to kind of find a spot for him. I think right now is a good place for him. I mean, going against guys like Black, even though he lost, I mean, the match was awesome. You know, so it's like one of those things where everybody wins, including the fans. So very cool. Asuka versus Ember Moon again. Super surprised that Asuka held on to her belt and didn't get like moved onto the main roster. What's that?
I hope she never loses.
I know. I kind of hope so too. I like her less and less as I don't know, as the longer her reign goes, I guess. But I don't know why. I've never. She's such like an enigma to me. Like she is really cocky, and she's like again one of those people that's not like a heel or a face. She does a lot of like really heel tactics and a lot of like really heel moves. But
I liked her better as kind of the baby face that you didn't really know when you didn't really know much about her. She was kind of like that crazy baby face, you know?
Yeah.
But she wasn't going to cheat or do anything unethical, but she was going to really make the other person uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Remember how like uncomfortable she made like Emma and Dana Brooke?
Oh yeah. Just that
like,
look. Yeah.
She'd like bite the mask and like look at them and like lick her lips and stuff, and just made them so like come unraveled, you know?
Yeah.
Just the mind games. I miss that, Asuka.
Yeah. She's definitely like getting a little bit more like cheating to win. Like she was like grabbing tights and stuff during this match, and I was like, okay, I mean, I guess, but I don't know. Ember Moon, man, what a performance though by Ember Moon. She definitely proved that she could go. I had heard a rumor about maybe that she's getting moved up to the main roster, which I wouldn't hate. But I would have liked her to maybe get a title run, I guess, in NXT. But maybe it's not all about titles all the time, you know.
Yeah, I don't think getting a title should be a prerequisite for going up. I mean, look at Elias Sampson. You know, he's doing pretty good on the main roster now. You know, he's got a gimmick that really pisses people off.
Oh, I love him.
A great T-shirt though.
I haven't seen it. Yeah,
it looks like a band T-shirt, like a tour.
Yeah,
like all the dates on the back of it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool.
All the Raw and Raw events.
That's cool. Yeah, I like him on the main roster. Like, and I didn't really love him in NXT. It's funny how sometimes the transition works. You know, like some guys like don't have success in NXT and they go onto the main roster and have success, and vice versa. You know, a guy could be like huge in NXT and then go to the main roster and kind of flounder.
If you're like super over NXT. You're not going to be that over at on the main roster,
right?
Whereas if you flew under the radar a little bit on NXT and you were just sound fundamentally and you could do everything well, you're doing better on the main roster. Maybe because there's no expectations,
right?
I mean, because even like Finn Balor, he hasn't met expectations on the main roster yet. No way,
right? Yeah, I mean, he became the Universal Champion, but then he like got hurt and was out for 9 months. Yeah. Yeah, but then since then, no, you're right. They put him in like
everybody. I mean, all the
crappy feuds.
Really, I mean, Kevin Owens was Universal Champion for a while, and he's probably got the best run so far of anybody. But you got like
I would say so.
Neville, Sami Zayn, all those guys held the championship, and they're all mid carders now.
Yeah.
Shinsuke's still at the top of his run, but we'll see where that goes. I
don't know, man. I think Shinsuke is kind of right in that same boat. I think he's floundered on the main roster too. Yeah, and I don't know.
It's too early to tell. I think right now.
Yeah, and I don't think it's necessarily his fault, but I just think that there's things that aren't working for him.
Rude, who debuts on SmackDown against
Aiden English.
Aiden English, yeah.
Yeah, what a weird spot for that. I mean, I guess you're gonna ease him in, but I don't know. I feel like it's Bobby Roode. You got to have like a big impact. I hate that when they squander like a guy's debut. Like the Shinsuke debut, I thought was awful. Like he just comes out and then they cut to commercial. I was like, oh, okay. Well, Shinsuke's here on SmackDown. Great. What about it? He didn't do anything. Cool. All right. See you later. Like it was just really weird. I hate when guys debut without any kind of impact at all. So I don't know. Anyway, Asuka, Ember Moon, I thought was really great. Ember Moon hit Asuka with like everything that she had.
She hit her with everything twice.
And she still kicked out, which was fucking nuts. Legit, Asuka like broke her collarbone, I heard. So I don't know like what the prognosis is. I don't know if she's going to be out for a while. I mean, obviously she will be if she broke her collarbone, but I don't know what's going on with that. That's pretty nuts.
Probably still beat everybody with one arm.
Yeah, well, I mean, she continued the match, which was crazy. And you can kind of see it too, because I watched this match after, I think a couple days after it happened, and you could see it like she was really like favoring.
I think I remember seeing her like she landed on like that one side, and I was like, man, that really folded her in half there. I wonder if she.
Yeah.
And then come to find out she did. So.
Yeah. Jeez. Let's see. The main event: Drew McIntyre defeats Bobby Roode to become the new NXT champion. Pretty cool. Good spot for McIntyre. I liked the pre-match like whole video package that they did for this, and they kind of showed McIntyre, on his first WWE run, like where Vince McMahon like claimed, he's like the chosen one.
He looked so different.
He did. He looked, he looked super young. He's clean shaven. He was smaller. He was legit. Like he's massive now. I mean, he's packed on. He's gained a lot of weight and a lot of muscle. He was, pretty shredded then, but like more, thin and not quite as developed. And then that face when it's just clean shaven, he looks like he's 12. So the facial hair was a good touch for him later on in his career. But no, Drew, it was a good match. I thought it was the funny thing is it was probably my least favorite match on the card. Just because this card was so stacked and like every match was just a barn burner. This one was definitely
talking like wrestling wise, like
right.
Technically, it wasn't the greatest match. I mean, it was a really good match. They told, I don't know, they told the story and what happened, but yeah, it wasn't the athletics. I mean, they were still damn good, but it's not.
There were still spots though that I like. It blew my mind. Like there was one spot in the corner where like they're on top of the top rope, like in the turnbuckle, and Bobby Roode is like just upside down somehow. And like there was a moment where he was like defying gravity. I was like, what is happening? And he ended up flipping over Drew and then power bombed him. But it was just, he just got kind of hung up, and I was like, oh, and then he just flipped over, and I was like, Jesus Christ, guys, you guys are too big to be doing this. What are you guys doing? It was cool. I hadn't really gotten a good look at McIntyre since he came back. I don't watch NXT as much as I used to, or as much as I should. I kind of catch it here and there. Again, just the result of there being so much wrestling to watch every week. NXT I kind of skip sometimes, but I thought this match was good. It was really good. And I liked that Drew got the win. Roode obviously was primed to debut, and like you said earlier, he did. He debuted on SmackDown, and hopefully he has a big impact on SmackDown. Whatever he does there, I think that he'll kind of fill that heel role that was kind of missing when the Miz went to Raw. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Hey, you still there?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What are you doing?
Sorry, I was looking at something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, hopefully he plays like a pretty significant role on SmackDown. So that was it, man. NXT Takeover Brooklyn. I thought it was dynamite. Also, SummerSlam happened. So SummerSlam in the house so I like SummerSlam. SummerSlam as a pay-per-view, as an event, I've always liked SummerSlam. My favorite of the big four go in this order. Royal Rumble. Used to be Survivor Series, but they really
fucked that up.
They've really fucked it up without doing like actual Survivor Series matches. So that kind of falls way down. So it pretty much goes like Royal Rumble. Sometimes I like SummerSlam more than WrestleMania, but those two.
In order for Survivor Series to be viable again, you've got to bring back more managers.
Yeah.
Survivor Series was always like, faction versus faction versus faction. Really, I mean.
Well, yeah, and you got to bring like actual tag teams into this. Like how Survivor Series used to be was like you'd have like a top star, a mid-level star, and like a tag team, and then like somebody else, or like two tag teams and like a superstar, a top tier guy. And it's just like they don't have any tag teams anymore. They don't have any managers, like you said. It's just like whatever. Just calling it in. Just throw a bunch of dudes together. But anyway, so that goes down the bottom of the list. I swap out what I like more, probably year by year between WrestleMania and SummerSlam. And SummerSlam's getting to be like that WrestleMania level now, where like they're doing all day fucking press and they're doing all day like just shit on the network, and it's just insane. I think one of the boys texted me around like 5:30, and they're like, "Guys, the first pre-show match is going on right now." And I was like, "What? Come on, I'm not even home yet. This is insane."
Yeah, the Miz and the Miztourage versus Jason Jordan and the Hardy Boys. There was like 200 people in the Barclays Center when this match went on.
Dude, they gotta fix that. That's insane.
I mean, the people in the front row could hear every spot. Probably they were just. I mean, people in the back row could probably hear every spot.
Dude, that's crazy.
Guys talking to each other in the ring, for Christ's sakes.
Dude, they gotta let people in earlier, or they gotta figure that shit out. That's just nuts.
Yeah, I mean, film it beforehand if you want.
Yeah, right. Yeah, do something. But it looks. I mean, it looks like shit with an empty arena. I mean, I don't know. It's just whatever. It's not smooth. But anyway, what did you think of SummerSlam?
Overall, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I saw people calling it, hot garbage and this show was trash. And
yeah, I didn't think it was that great. I thought it was okay.
Bummer Slam and
oh, really? Bummer Slam. That's pretty good.
I mean, 5 championship changes on the show. 2 of them on the pre-show.
Yeah, but come on, like some of them were like set up, like the fucking the Cruiserweight Championship. That was annoying. Like I hated how Tozawa won it like the week before, only to give it back to Neville like at a SummerSlam. I hate when they do that bullshit. Like, come on, just don't have it like hot potato back and forth, and don't use like SummerSlam pay-per-view just to like make a Neville moment. Just have him retain it or something, or do something with it, or give that moment to Tozawa or something. It just doesn't. It was just predictable. I was like, oh, he's losing this, so then Neville can.
Yes, but you got to figure today's fan has the attention span of about 4 seconds, and a title change is exciting.
I guess. I don't think that's very exciting when I know that the guy just lost it like a week before, and I was like, I don't know. I didn't buy it. I thought the match was fine, but I just knew what was coming. I thought it was predictable.
Well, what about the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match? The Usos and New Day. I thought that match was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Again, though, like it's just like they're just trading the title back and forth, and I don't know. Like I'd like to see more of a chase. I guess I don't know. Like how many times have the Usos won the belts now? I mean, they got to be like a 19-time tag champs. Like it's crazy.
I think they're only on like 4, but
they've got to be more than 4. I got to look that up. Anyway, Cena versus Corbin. Dude, what are they doing with Corbin? Yeah, you and I haven't even talked about this. You're a big Corbin guy. What's going on? We haven't talked about him losing his Money in the Bank briefcase.
Apparently, there's some like backstage heat on him, and that's why he was booked to lose his Money in the Bank briefcase. But yeah, they're floundering with him right now. He did ref the rematch between AJ Styles and Kevin Owens.
It's weird.
For a while before he quit.
It's a weird spot for him.
Yeah. It just kind of interjected him into the ongoing building Kevin Owens Shane O'Mac feud.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with Corbin.
I don't know. They might move Corbin in with AJ Styles for the U.S. Championship. That's the way it looks right now. And they're going to continue with the Kevin Owens Shane O'Mac feud. So maybe he slides into that spot. But yeah, he had a weird like 2 weeks
Yeah, he really like descended in 2 weeks, like his stock. It was too bad. Because I think you and I were both pretty high on him. You more than me,
Well,
but
I
still,
don't see why when something's working and you realize that maybe he's not the best promo. Why not just have the guy be the silent badass? I don't.
yeah, be the silent badass. And if you're and I know that you can't give him like a manager because his whole thing is like the lone wolf, but whatever. Like, get rid of that and put him with somebody who can talk. For God's sakes, just do something with him. Besides, have him cash in and then lose with a roll up to Jinder Mahal. That was embarrassing, man. That was probably the worst cash in ever. I mean, at least when Sandow lost it, he had like a decent match with Cena, and then he lost to Cena, which
I
is
always thought Corbin could be a top babyface if you just gave him like the persona of the rugged tough outsider, but with like a high moral code.
yeah, that's not a bad idea, or like, I don't know, somebody's he sticks up for somebody, he's like,
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
yeah, like I'm trying to think of I don't know what would be like a good scenario. I mean, this is the first one that came to mind, is like instead of using Big Show to protect Enzo, like, I think Corbin would have been a bigger threat to like Cass, but
yeah,
I mean,
he could have came out and cut a promo on Cass saying, "Yeah, you're bigger than Enzo. Yeah, you're a better wrestler than Enzo, but you're also a bully."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and then beat his ass.
Right. Too bad. Speaking of Big Cass, too bad for Big Cass. He's gonna be out like 9 months or something like that with his.
The thing is, that's kind of how Stone Cold was when he was a babyface. He was unpredictable, and at times, when he was a babyface, he was, you never really knew what he was going to do, but he also kind of had like that high, like moral character. He wasn't going to cheat a good guy. He was going to cheat against a bad guy. He wasn't going to attack anybody unprovoked.
Right.
He'd come sliding in and save, Mick Foley, stuff like that. Save the good guy. That's just the way. That's the way you get somebody over. Just do the Stone Cold method.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if they have that thought for Corbin, but they got to do something with the guy. I mean, I think he's worthy of something.
Is the squeaky clean baby face, where he's so good that people hate him for it, but you don't have that rugged outsider, like.
Yeah, I think Ambrose is probably like their closest to that. Like that. What's that?
Too goofy. I think Seth Rollins is kind of filling that role a little bit,
Yeah.
Former bad boy, trying to turn over a new leaf,
Right. Yeah. Let's see. Moving down the card a little bit.
It's kind of the whole machine gun preacher thing, he's a one-time badass. Now he's helping everybody, and he's
right. Right. Another title changed hands. Naomi lost her title to Natalya in a shocking match.
I sent a message to our buddy Alex of the Back Row Mafia. Ding!
Bing! Count it.
And I'm like, does anybody really expect Natalya to win this? 1, 2, 3, and he goes, ah.
That's a lot. That's awesome. That's funny. I thought that match was actually not very good. I thought there was a lot of super awkward moments in that match, and it was super weird. I don't know why. They're both like really good in the ring, but they just didn't mesh well together. There's a lot of like awkward pauses and stuff. So
yeah. I sent Alex, does anyone think Natty is winning this? He goes, and then she won. He goes, well.
Yeah, that's funny.
I sent him the gif of CM Punk with his surprised face. Like, what?
Nice. Did you care at all about the Big Cass versus Big Show match?
No, that was a fucking shit show. That was
train wreck.
how they say, the drizzling shits.
It was Enzo in the shark cage. What's the deal with the shark cage? Why do they keep using this shark cage?
Because somebody paid for it and they're gonna get the money's worth out of it.
Or is that it? You think? It seems weird. I don't get the shark cage thing.
Enzo is so tiny that all he needs is a little bit of, the hotel baby oil, and he slides right out.
Yeah, yeah.
And then doesn't jump on Big Cass. What a fucking
Does nothing.
moron.
Does nothing but get the big boot and then dies. Yeah. It was just a shitty match. I mean, I saw the outcome of that feud.
This feud has gone Big Cass's way the entire time.
Yeah.
Enzo has done nothing but get his face kicked in, and he still goes out there and runs his fucking mouth. Why?
Yeah, I don't get it. He's now on 205
Where
Live.
Is he getting this bravado from?
I don't know. He's now apparently going to challenge Neville for the cruiserweight title on 205 Live. Which
Neville's stronger than Big Cass. I'm sure that'll go well.
I know. Neville is going to like deadlift suplex him like through the roof.
Nobody dies like Enzo though.
That's true. And I don't know. Again, like kind of the same deal. Like when I mentioned about Corbin, it's like I saw this Big Show inclusion into this feud. I was like, ugh, Big Show's who you gonna pick? Like that's just such a Big Show spot. It's a very predictable spot. He comes out, oh, you're being a bully. I'm gonna take care of it, and then he just fails. And it's like it's a role that Big Show has played probably for the second half of his career, and it's just really predictable and pretty lame. So,
especially for a guy who's worked so hard to get in shape for WrestleMania against Shaq.
Yeah,
they haven't used that.
They give him nothing. They give him nothing. I mean, he put over. Yeah, and they put him against Strowman a while ago, which I thought was a good spot. Because it really solidified Strowman. But and then after that, nothing. It was just nothing. So. Let's see. Orton beat Rusev in 9 seconds. That was.
You are forgetting a very important part. The Kurt Angle, Daniel Bryan, yes, no battle.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
The night. That was great.
That was pretty good. I liked their interaction. That was really cool. They're fun stuff.
So Rusev Orton. What was that? 9 seconds.
9 seconds. Yeah. Like 9 or 10 seconds. Yeah, just done. RKO out of nowhere. What a man. What a disappointing run for Rusev.
For about the last, 10 years, I have given 2 shits about Randy Orton.
I know. Same here.
I have no feeling. I think Randy Orton, even as a babyface, I think he's an asshole. So I can't like him. I can't like it because I like personally, he looks like an asshole to me, and I cannot get behind him.
Yeah, I've always been like a Randy Orton fan. Pretty much.
Is he smooth in the ring? Does he do really well? Yes, but
yeah, of course. But
I don't ever see anything where he is friendly to fans. Or
no, he's kind of a dickhead.
To endear people to him, he's just a dick. I think.
But he hasn't really done anything different. In his matches in probably the last 10 years, you know what I mean? Like he does the same old moves.
John, he does an RKO out of nowhere. Who gives?
And that's probably like the most. Well, I mean, I will say that his RKOs are pretty awesome. Like you said, he's pretty smooth. He like slithers around the ring. Like I like his whole rhythm in the ring. But yeah, he's gonna do his 5 moves of doom. He's gonna do like his vintage Orton DDT. He's gonna bang on the mat. He's gonna do all that stuff. But it's like, it's just boring now. In the last 3 years, I'd say for me, I was like, Jesus, like what is going on? It's just boring, man. And he's just hanging around. And I don't know. This is, I think, really insulting to a guy like Rusev who is like naturally over like with the fans. Like I feel like the fans really want Rusev to succeed, and it's not really happening. And I don't know. I think they've really, really screwed up the whole Lana Rusev thing.
Like Rusev's Twitter like endears him to people. Like they see that he's like a real guy who like has like real interests, and
yeah,
he can be funny, and his gimmick is is, a bad guy and he's insulting, but he's fun about it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying like make him a face or anything, or even be that guy that he is on Twitter. I'm just saying like make him a wrecking machine and have Lana just talk mad Russian shit and just like let them run rampant. Like I just don't understand like how a guy like that who looks like that, who is as big as he is as talented as he is, loses in a SummerSlam high profile match in 9 seconds. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And then like you and I talked earlier like about the rumors that they asked for the release and then they're denying it now. So I don't know. Like it wouldn't surprise me if they did. I
think Rusev's like his big man MMA style would be like such a hit in like Ring of Honor.
Yeah, for sure. And like in Lana, like I don't know why, if it was her idea or WWE's idea. Like I don't know like why they made her wrestle. Like I don't know, but it definitely showed like some big vulnerabilities and some weaknesses because she's not a wrestler. She's a mouthpiece. Like she comes out, she's gorgeous to look at, and she will just talk shit and say that her man is going to annihilate you. And that's what happens. And like that's all that should ever happen. He shouldn't be losing in 9 seconds. She shouldn't be wrestling, for the women's championship. It's just chaos. Sometimes I think WWE just tries to get too cute and they just fail. And they've definitely failed this whole Rusev Lana thing. They've made it so unbelievable now. I mean, how do you come back from that? How do you lose in 9 seconds?
I don't know.
I mean, I get it. Like Daniel Bryan lost to Sheamus at a WrestleMania, like in 2 seconds. Like I get that, but Daniel Bryan is also half the size of Rusev. It's just not. It's not believable. Like, and he took a brogue kick from Sheamus, who's 3 times the size of him. It's just like it just doesn't look right. So, anyway, Rusev, I hope something works out for him. But
on to the Raw Women's Championship match with Sasha Banks and the champion Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, another title change. My God, Sasha Banks now the champ again. I don't know.
You know what? As much as I like Sasha Banks, I wanted Alexa Bliss to keep it.
So did I. I love Sasha Banks, but like I
don't want that title to be hot potatoed around like it was between Charlotte and Sasha.
I know it loses its value when that happens. So and I guess I shouldn't say that I don't. I'm fine with her winning it, but if she's gonna win it, like give her a nice run. Like she didn't get that nice run last time because she kept giving it back to Charlotte. Like just have her hold on to that and have her be dominant Sasha again. At one point in time, she was like the most over female in the company.
Right. Like, why didn't she get a run like Alexa Bliss got? Alexa Bliss was SmackDown Women's Champion until she lost that title, switched brands, immediately became champion again.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a lot of it had to do with Charlotte. I think that they were just jacking up the number of, titles that Charlotte is going to win for the future, maybe to tie old Daddy Flair. But I don't know. Like Sasha, just again, I think it's another like something that they've kind of spoiled a little bit. They just. And I don't know, man. Maybe they just have too many mouths to feed, and maybe I'm just looking too much into it. But it just seems like Sasha was really due for a nice hot run, with the title, and then she didn't get it. She kept losing it, and then she got hurt, and then I don't know. She just hasn't been looked at in the same light since. And even now, she's a champ now, but like I see it super believable that she just loses it back to Bliss. I hope not. Again, I hope she has a long, lengthy run, and maybe something happens with Bayley down the line, but I don't know. It's just weird. It's just they don't know how to create good storylines with the women without a title. Like, oh, you know what we'll do? We'll have her win the title. Well, that's not a storyline. Like that should never be used as the storyline. So I don't know. Let's see. Finn Balor beat Bray Wyatt in a
Who gives
really,
a fuck match? Right?
yeah, God, I didn't even care about that build up. And I want that match. Believe me, I think that match had the most potential in that story, and that build had so much potential. And they just did jack shit with it. They did nothing with it. It was quick, and it was like, I don't know, it was just weird. Again, they're just failing with telling a decent story. I don't know what it is, but they just cannot write a good, I can think of 3 really great storylines to pit Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor against each other and have them for a nice, lengthy feud. And again, a title is not anywhere near them, and it's just grudge match, and it's just storyline. And I can think of 3 of them that are way better than the bullshit that they put on at SummerSlam. And I don't think that here's my thing on Bray. I love Bray. I don't think he can tell a really good story in the ring as a wrestler. I don't think he's the best wrestler. I think he can tell a really good story with his words, and his theatrics are great, obviously. And he cuts a great promo, but he needs to do that less because it needs to be worth something.
Yeah, his promos don't mean anything now. They get to be like wandering gibberish. It's like when your teacher told you they wanted 1,000 words and you could only think of 300, and you fucking bullshitted your ands and ums and its. And,
right. Yeah. No, totally.
You said the same thing 5 different ways, but it was the same thing. That's what Bray Wyatt does.
Yep.
They're like, Bray, go out there and give me 6 minutes of promo time. He's like, shit, I only have 3. So he double talks his way through the whole thing.
Right. Yeah. That's a good analogy. Or like the teacher says, they need like a 10-page paper, so you write a 5-page paper, but then just like double space it at the end, and it turns into a 10-page paper. That's good. I used that trick once or twice. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do with Bray. I could think of tons of fun stuff to do with Bray, and Finn, but they just don't do it. It's weird.
I think they've ruined Bray Wyatt's character to no end.
I think they've already done it. Yeah.
As much as he's lost, I mean, the only person that's lost more than Bray Wyatt in the last 3 years is King Barrett. I mean,
yeah, Kurt Hawkins. Yeah. I don't know, man. But again, like, it was a 10-minute match, and it wasn't very good. It was cool to see. It was cool to see the Demon.
Look at his 5 moves to do him.
Yeah, and that was the ending was very anticlimactic too. That I hate that he just always does that setup. It's the sling blade, it's the drop kick into the corner, and then the coup de grace. That's it. It's like, what? And I totally expected Bray to kick out after that because it was a pay-per-view and it's SummerSlam, and I thought that that's the only move that Finn has hit, and he's only hit his finisher once, and that's what we're accustomed to now is kickouts at finishers on pay-per-views, and especially SummerSlam. And then he just took the pin after that, and I was like, oh, that's weird. He didn't kick out, and the match is over. Okay, well, so much for Bray Wyatt's career. Yep. So I don't know. Ambrose and Rollins beat Cesaro and Sheamus to become the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions, which I thought was pretty cool. That's a good spot for them.
I missed this match.
Oh, you didn't see it? It was a good match. I think this is a good spot for Ambrose and Rollins. They're 2 top guys that.
Big show, Game of Thrones. Well, this match was on.
I've never heard of that show.
Nope.
No. Dragons aren't real, Harmon. Yeah, that's fake. Well, that's a fake bullshit.
Neither they're not really world championship hopes. So
they're not really sword fighting, right? It's scripted. It's fake. Yeah. No, man. Like I was saying, I think it's a good spot for them. They're 2 top guys that they don't know what to really do with right now, and I like that they're the tag champs. It's kind of like molding them back together. 2/3 of the Shield. So I think it was a good match. I think it's a good spot.
Guys who hate each other.
Right. Yeah. Essentially. Yeah. I'm interested to see what the end of this Ambrose Rollins culmination will be, like if they will start their feud again, because that's always a good one to revert back to. But we'll see. AJ Styles. Oh, sorry.
I like that that Sheamus was able to turn Cesaro to the dark side, because he was getting a little squeaky there for a while.
Yeah.
And Sheamus has brought him back to, the winning team there, the heel team, I think.
Yeah.
And it's not like in your face, like over, we're bad guys. It's like, no, we're going to do what it takes, but they're not, they're not above, doing a fake blind tag or
sure, of course.
Like
yeah. No, I dig both those tag teams. Let's see. AJ beat KO to retain.
Did he? I mean, there was some shady shit going on in this match.
Yeah, Shane being the referee. So the whole reason for Shane to be the referee was because he's more durable than a regular referee. But like he was just getting the shit kicked out of him the whole time. So he was like flopping around and falling.
Kevin Owens brought it up on SmackDown how he gets nicked by like the tiniest of grays during a 450 and he's outside the ring dead.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought this match, of course, was like really good. I mean, I didn't expect it to not be good. Both these guys can bring it. They've fought like a million times now. I thought it was a good match. I thought the inclusion of Shane McMahon was interesting. It didn't really do much for me to add to the quality of the match, but obviously, the result, obviously. But anyway, I'm fine with AJ retaining. It's weird. Like Kevin Owens is he's in this spot right now. He's out on this island where, again, I don't think that they know what to do with him. I think that he is definitely like world champion material. Obviously, I mean, he has been the universal champion.
They are definitely heading towards a Kevin Owens Shane O'Mac match.
Yeah, but I mean, that doesn't do much for me. You know what I mean? Like I think that there's a much better spot for KO. I don't know. I hate when Shane O'Mac just like he gets a match at WrestleMania and it's like, oh, who's Shane O'Mac gonna fight? Like, I don't know. Like I don't give a shit. Like Shane O'Mac versus AJ last year. I mean, it was a good match, but it was like I don't need to see it. Like I don't need to see Shane O'Mac, get knocked out, in a match like every time now. I don't know. I think KO is world champion material, and that's kind of the spot that he should be at. And I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with him. Again, it goes back to my too many mouths to feed. Their roster is just so stacked that they just don't know what to do with all this talent. So,
what else we got? We got the WWE Championship match: Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
This was my least favorite match on SummerSlam.
This match was shitty.
This was a shitty match.
It didn't do anything to showcase either of them.
No.
I mean, Nakamura hit some of his, like he hit like all of his moves, but none of them did a thing.
No. And the ending was just dumb. It's just like same old. Like the Singh brothers get involved. Nakamura gets distracted, and then did you see Jinder like totally muff up his finisher? Like he couldn't even like lock it in, and then just like kind of did the slam. It was awkward. And that was it. And then like Nakamura doesn't kick out. And I was like, oh, again, okay. We're just gonna do one finisher this time. Okay. Yeah, it didn't look Shinsuke. It didn't make Shinsuke look very strong. And I don't know. It was just a shitty match. I thought that was a really bad match. And that's really all I have to say about it. Well, the 4-way I thought was good. The 4-way I thought was really good.
This was match of the night.
I thought so too.
Brock and Roman and Braun and Samoa Joe.
Yep.
I mean, it was a really good match. I lost Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns for a while in this match.
Yeah, so did I.
Just because Brock and Braun Braun was just beating the shit out of him. I mean, throwing dropping tables on the guy. He threw a chair like clear across the ring, like with one hand.
Yeah. I'll throw a chair over those mountains over there.
Right?
Yeah. How over is Braun Strowman right now?
Oh, love him.
Like That guy could do whatever he wanted, and the fans would go ballistic. He could come out and just sit down in the middle of the ring and fold his arms and just sit there and do nothing, and the fans would just go fucking nuts. Like, he is so over.
He was on WWE Game Night. They were at the Barclays Center, and they just decided to do a basketball shooting contest. They had basketballs right next to the rim, then at the 3-point line, and then at half court. He starts, takes, the rolling basketball trolley there, moves them all to half court, and then just proceeds to fire fastballs at the basket. And then when he was done, he just walked out. Just done. Didn't hit any points, I don't think. Just walked out.
Weird.
like nobody stood in his way. It was
weird. Yeah, man, I thought this match was great. I was a little surprised that Brock retained, just because I thought I just thought that they'd go in a different direction. I thought this would be Brock's
it's probably a good thing Brock retained, because John Bones Jones got popped for steroids.
Yes, yes.
So that match is probably never happening.
Yeah, that match is definitely not happening.
John Jones, you idiot.
Yeah, come on. Cut the shit.
I mean, the most promising MMA fighter I had seen since Uriah Faber started, and he just cannot stop doing stupid shit. I mean,
yeah, dude. He's got all kinds of issues. He's a big child. I don't know, but he's like an amazing fighter. And that's the sad part of this is he's like,
and he comes from a family of, they're all amazing athletes. I mean, he's got 2 brothers in the NFL.
Yeah. I think he would fuck Brock up, though. That's the thing. I didn't want to see that fight. I think he's got really crazy strikes, and he's a pretty decent wrestler too. I think he would destroy Brock's face. Brock doesn't like to get hit in the face. So, but anyway, obviously we're never gonna know because Johnny Bones can't stay off the roids.
Yeah, but then again, it could be the same situation like where Randy Couture fought Brock, and Brock hit him with a punch, and he completely turned him inside out.
That's true. But this match, Brock took a beating in this match. Braun threw him through, or power slammed him through 2 announce tables, and then took a third one and put it on top of him. It was
hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
Yeah, I was like, okay, it's great, man. I thought Strowman just manhandling Brock is amazing. It's so good. It makes Strowman look so strong and so over. It's great. It's a good look.
And it shows a nice big crack in Brock Lesnar's, championship reign, that he's not that big and that strong. He's
right. Yeah.
He's always been the biggest, strongest guy in the ring, and now he's not.
Right.
So,
right. Yep. One thing that really annoyed me in this match is that why can't Roman just do the Superman punch without doing that stupid cocking the fist thing where he strokes his forearm really fast?
Why can't John Cena just drop the punch on somebody's face without dusting his shoulder off and doing that I can't see me?
Yeah, but I mean, Cena does that once a match. Roman did 30 Superman punches in this match, and every single time he did the
his arm,
over and over. I'm like, just do it. Just do the Superman punch. Cut it out. And he's got to do the big, before he does the spear. It's all just
the crowd booed the hell out of him.
Yeah. They don't like that. I'm just trying to think of how to describe it. It's just it's just him going through the motions. Vince goes, hey, you know what I like is when you cock the Superman punch, you should do that every time. But you obviously shouldn't if you're doing 30 Superman punches in the fucking match. It just doesn't make sense. And it was super annoying. It's all I could see every time when he's blasting everybody with Superman punches. But anyway, yeah, I kind of lost Samoa Joe in this match. I don't think Samoa Joe had a bad match, but he just kind of played second fiddle to Braun, just throwing chairs and desks and Lesnar around. So, which I wish he would have had a more prominent role. I actually thought that it would be a wild thing to have Joe win the title here, but I don't know. It would have been a nice SummerSlam moment for him. You know, a guy's getting kind of like up in his career and probably doesn't have, you know, a ton of time left. I mean, he can wrestle, which would be fine. But like
in this match a couple times I saw, but for the most part, he was, you know,
he was a side note kind of in this, which is too bad because he really had a good run in that build up with the Brock match and stuff. I wanted him to come back strong. So, and then, so it looks like it's going to be Roman Cena. Is that what's going to happen? Maybe at Mania?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Roman Cena. Yeah.
That sounds boring as hell, but okay.
It does. Like the crowd's not going to know who to boo. It's going to be weird. So, I don't know. And then they're thinking what, Lesnar, Strowman for Mania, I'm assuming somewhere down the line.
I don't know. Mania's
I don't
so
know.
far away.
It is, but anyway, that was it, man. That was SummerSlam. I thought SummerSlam was like okay, but I didn't think it was great. There was a lot of matches on here that I didn't give a fuck about, like, or I just didn't think were very good, or I thought like the decision making on the outcome was really weird. I didn't really fall in love with any match except for the 4-way, which I was like, that was a badass match. Even like a great match like AJ and KO, I was like, man, that match was really good. But it's like a match that I'd seen before, and I've seen him wrestle a lot, and nothing really like stood out. I think that's kind of the problem that they have right now, is that they're not really creating any new feuds. That's why I like the Braun Brock thing, because it's something I've never seen before. But it's like, you know, I could watch an AJ Styles Kevin Owens match. I can watch them tear down the house all day, but at some point you gotta start branching out a little bit. So I don't know, but anyway, that was SummerSlam. That was decent. Not great, but I've seen much better. Anyway, that's about it. Anything else happening? Anything else happened in the month of August?
I don't remember now.
I don't remember either. It was a long month. There's like an extra week in this month too, I think. So, but anyway, that was it, man.
John Cena jump brands.
Yeah, that's weird. He's just bouncing back and forth. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He can do whatever he wants. He's John Cena, so nobody's gonna say anything.
Ty Dillinger wasn't on TV this week or in a pay-per-view or.
Yeah, he's
probably. Since he's come up, he's been invisible.
Yeah, again, not his fault. Every time he shows his face, the crowd goes fucking nuts. But I don't know. Vince is watching something else apparently, or somebody's watching something else, because I don't know how you don't just push that guy to the moon. What's Sami Zayn doing? Anything? Nothing.
Kevin Owens tried to get him to referee his match with AJ Styles, but
oh yeah. What's going on with Mike Kanellis, our old buddy Mike? Nothing.
Nothing.
Did his run already come and go? Is he already like down to the Kurt Hawkins level of putting dudes over?
He's gonna lose 300 matches in a row.
Oh Jesus! Oh man. Anyway. Well, that's it, man. Let's wrap this bad boy up. That's our show. What do you think about that?
I like it.
I like it too. I
like our month in review show. I mean, we get to talk about it. We get to talk about. We go on little tangents about our own little things, and
yeah, for sure, they're fun. We can say whatever we want. It's nice. Quick reminder again. Go get your tickets for Limitless. Question the answers. And put your votes in for that 6-man scramble. Get those votes in, guys. They're gonna start to add up here, and I believe the poll closes on. Is it Saturday? I think it's Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday morning, I think.
Yeah. Early. So get them in, and if you want to see your favorite wrestler out of these 12, get in there. Get the votes in. Anyway, let's see. Harmon, where you at on the old social media?
I'm at Harmon316.
Hells yeah, you are. I'm at Jonny Fashion on Twitter. This very podcast is on Twitter as well, under the handle @MainEventPod. We're on Twitter @MainEventPod, and we're on Facebook, facebook.com/MainEventPod. And again, we got a Teespring store. If you guys want to buy some sweet merch, we got some T-shirts, some long sleeve shirts, some hoodies.
I mentioned that new sweatshirt. It's only $25.
That's a great deal for a hoodie. It really is.
Right.
You're not gonna find that price anywhere else. I mean, you are, but it's gonna say something lame on it. So and
you want us to try to get a certain color shirt for you. Any requests, comments? You want to cut a promo on us? Go ahead. Give us a call. Leave us a voicemail at 929-260-3099.
Yeah.
And we'll listen to it. We might just make fun of you. We might play it on the show.
Chances are we'll play it on the show. And if you have like a question, like a topic or something, just leave it there. We'll answer it. We have no shame. We'll answer it with nothing but honesty.
You can even text it for you people who hate using your telephone.
You can text. Yeah.
You can.
Yeah. Next week, this is a little teaser. Next week, we have a very big interview coming up. Next week is interview week. And I can safely say that this is our biggest interview to date. So keep an ear out for that. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I'm very excited. And you guys should be excited as well. Because it's
big, like 6'6", like 275.
Yeah, about that big. Yeah. About that big. Also very big.
Josh Briggs is coming back on?
No, Josh Briggs is not coming back on. Someday Briggs will, when he's like WWE champion. But till then, no.
He won't be allowed to come on then.
I know, that's true. No, but we have a very popular superstar coming up. So very excited about it. We will be kind of teasing it all week, and it'll be awesome. So big shout out to Follow the Fox. Thank you guys for the intro, outro music. Sarah Cole and Dylan McCarthy, based out of Denver, Colorado. If you guys want to follow them, you should. Facebook.com/followthefoxband and check out their website, followthefoxband.com. That's it. That's all I got, buddy.
That's a show?
That's it. That's a show, man.
All right. I'm gonna go call our call-in line, cut a promo on you.
On me? Aw.
Maybe.
I'm flattered. Nice.
I got enough promos on you on Twitter all the time.
That's true. You do. You bastard. All right, man. Hey, thanks for.
I feel like a real piece of garbage. I apologize.
It's fine. I love it. I love it. Time. I love the tough love. So, all right, man. Well, hey, thanks for joining me and talking the month of August. Perfect.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Like always, yeah. Listeners, thank you guys so much for listening. We will catch you next time. Later.
Bye.
Talking about wrestling from the day in the past. It's gonna be a blast. Jonny and Harmon are the Main Event Podcast.